Morning, welcome to our virtual open morning. I'm Mandy Phillips, Deputy Head Pastoral, and I'm here with Bobby and Maria, who are our current heads of school. We're in Dulverton, the newly refurbished sixth form centre. It's the first time they've seen it, so it was a very exciting moment for them. Morning Bobby and Maria,
Morning.
Really lovely to see you.
Me too.
What do you think of the centre?
It's amazing. It's kind of hard to recognise it from what it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, it definitely lives up to the pictures and the videos, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good, excited to come and actually be in the space from the 8th of March, I expect. Excellent. So we're here to talk about your experience of King's and how you felt when you arrived on that first sort of day, the settling in, and what you've been involved in over your time at King's. So tell us a little bit about when you joined the school.
So I joined in year 6 from the Richard Pate School in Cheltenham. My brother was already here, so it made it a bit easier, and I had like 8 people from my school who joined with me in the same year. So that made it it got rid of some of the nerves that were there.
Yeah. And Maria?
Yeah, I joined in year 6 too, in junior school. My sister's here as well. She's older than me, so I already knew a few people. But, yeah.
Tell us, what is it that you particularly enjoyed about your 7 years at King's? What have you got involved in and what have you thrived in?
So the extracurricular opportunities at King's are amazing. I'm a musician, I like to sing and play the trombone, and there's so many opportunities to do that. So the swing band, orchestra, chapel, chamber choir, I've met so many people through those activities and had so many opportunities to perform at concerts and things like that.
Okay, and Bobby?
For me, I'd probably say the thing that stands out would be the sport. I've been lucky enough to be in every team pretty much the whole time I've been here, with different levels of success between the sports. But yeah, it's definitely been the thing that stands out to me. And my favourite thing is that because the year groups are quite small, it means that the teams stay more or less the same throughout the years. And that means by the time you get to the older years, you've got a really good team chemistry, and it's really easy to kind of get started early and build a successful season off of that.
Okay, and I'm sure there'll be sort of people wondering whether they can all get involved in a team. So obviously you've played in sort of the top teams. Tell us a little bit more about other opportunities.
Yeah,
maybe.
definitely. So the way it's done at King's, basically, they'll put as many teams out as there is demand to play. So I remember in year 8 we had 4 teams across 2 year groups playing hockey at the same time. So that was more with subs. That's more or less the entire force of the year group playing one fixture. And so yeah, it's definitely more based on participation. Although the success, we still punch above our weight, definitely. But participation is, at the end of the day, the most important thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. So let's turn to trips. And I know that both of you have been fairly well travelled whilst you've been here. So talk to us about some of the trips that you've been involved in.
Yeah, so I think the first trip I went on was to Normandy, France, with the whole of our year group. That was a really fun trip. And then I've been to Berlin, Amsterdam, I've been to Paris, and I was going to go to India, but then coronavirus happened, sadly, so we did a lot of fundraising for that, and that would have been an excellent opportunity. And we would have seen our partner school over in India. So it's a shame we got to miss out on that, but I'm sure that trip will go ahead in a few years' time.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. And Bobby?
For me, I've been on the ones in the year group. So we did the Normandy, like Maria said. We went to, I think, what was it? The Brecon Beacons for Call in the Wild. But my favourite ones were the ski trips. I've been on 2 ski trips. You remember the second one?
I certainly will.
I was terribly ill for the first half of it,
Yes,
but
you were.
still a good trip on the last 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an opportunity that I didn't get to have with my family, and without the school I wouldn't have been able to experience that, and be able to have that twice was something I'm really grateful for.
Yeah. As I'm sitting here, I can see the cathedral out of the window. So talk to us a little bit about how special the cathedral is to us at King's, how it's and what it's meant to you over the last few years.
Well, yeah, it's fundamental to our school, isn't it? It's like if we're going to get together, we do it in the cathedral. So it's such a key part of our community, and really to be able to be in that space on such a regular basis is something that we're so lucky to be able to do.
Yeah, I can add to that because I've done a lot of singing in the cathedral, services, concerts. We do a big concert during the Lent term, and we all get together, and we have the community choir who sings for that, so parents can join in, and it is a really good event.
Yeah, it certainly is. And talk to us a little bit about sort of the pastoral support at King's and how you feel you might have benefited from support of a tutor or a head of year or anybody else, and what support there is for pupils.
Well, yeah, it's the kind of school where everyone's super approachable. So even if it's not your tutor or head of year, you can go up to any teacher and they will help you, and they'll take you to someone who can help you with any specific problem. But whenever I've had issues with maybe workload or kind of disappointment, things not going your way, I've always been able to speak to my tutor, my head of year, and get some advice and some pastoral kit at the end of the day.
Yeah, and also there's a good system with the sixth form and the first form, so you can be a buddy with one of the little year 7 children. They're so sweet, and it's such a great way to meet friends who aren't just in your year group.
Yeah, and actually that leads to the house system. So how's the house system? Because obviously a house is a vertical system. How's that sort of benefited you as you've been here? What have you been involved in?
Well, it's great. There's fun activities every half term, or even more than that. And yeah, it gets the whole school involved, old people, older students, and the young ones as well. And yeah, we've kind of been participating in all sorts. There's house drama, house music, done debating as well. She's a little bit better than me. But, and yeah, house athletics, house swimming. There's really something for everyone.
Yeah, I'm thinking house chess is a good event to see as well. I've never done it, but it's good to watch in the library. Yeah, and we do house quizzes at the end of term, which are really fun as well. You do them with your year group, or I think without COVID times, it would have been with other people, which again is a great way to meet other people who are older.
Yeah. And final question. So, is there any advice that you would give to any pupils that were going to be starting at King's?
I think the number one thing is appreciate it, because the time, everyone says it, but the time does go really quickly. It feels like yesterday that I was, so long as it feels ages ago, it also feels just like it was yesterday that I was a year 7 about to go into King's. So I think appreciate would be my number one advice.
Okay. Yeah, and be yourself. I moved from up north and I knew nobody, so actually just settling in, it's great. King's is an amazing school to do that. I mean, you meet people so quickly, but also no question is too silly. Everything will seem quite new if you come here, and anywhere. Any big school is scary, but that's what's nice about King's. It's a small community, and it's a lovely place to be.
Thank you very much, Bobby and Maria, for coming in this morning. It's been fantastic to see you both face to face and to be able to show you Delverton, and I'm sure that the rest of the sixth form will be just as excited as you were. And thank you very much for listening. If you would like any more information, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and we look forward to welcoming you into the school very soon.